Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for July 15th, 2014. We're going to have a cold front that's going to move through today, and it's going to be very slow to do so. We're going to have some backing winds aloft that's going to slow down this front as it moves east here. So this is not going to be a quick mover moving through here. There's a low pressure system sitting up here, and your cold front is sitting back here like this. As this moves through, it's going to actually slow up as it moves through. And again, you have backing winds aloft that's going to be pressing against this cold front. And at the same time, you're going to have your 0 to 6 kilometer vectors are going to be parallel to the front here, and that's going to be bad news if you're looking to you're not a fan of the flash flooding like we are, or we are not, I should say. Heavy rain is going to be the main impact today. We're not looking at a widespread severe weather day. I know there wasn't talk about, at least from the Storm Prediction Center, that at least eastern sections would get into severe weather here. I'm really not seeing that, and really a very, very isolated chance of that happening if it in fact does. As you go a little bit further in time here, you can see the very heavy rain concentrating itself over eastern sections mostly. We're going to get a better look at this now. We're going to go over to the NAM high-res future simulated radar. We'll start this off at about noon. You can see the showers and thunderstorms here not looking too bad at this point yet at noon, but as they move east here is when they start when the front starts slowing down and the vectors get parallel to the front here, and then we get into some heavier rain. This rain will intensify, and since these are slowing down as they move east here, not moving very fast, that's where you have your flood concern. So we'll go a little bit forward from here. You see as the storms start moving east, they start getting a little bit better organized. Here's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's 4. Here's 5, and look at all the heavy rain here. Now this is a future radar reflectivity simulation, so this is going to give you intensity of rainfall, not strength of storm. So these storms are not, it looks like it's wow, we're going to get whacked here with severe weather. Well, this is not a severe weather day, and that's because you have a lot of cloudiness that's going to be around earlier in the day, so your instability is not going to be that high. If you did have the sun coming out in any long duration, then we'd have a big problem, but we're not having that. We have a mostly cloudy day, even before the rain arrives, so not looking for much sun today. Again, here's the next time stamp. Here's a perfect example. Here's 5 p.m. Here's 6 p.m. Nothing happened. All it did is just may have moved east maybe 5 miles. I mean, it really didn't move at all in 1 hour. And the storms have just continued to fire over the same areas and trained over the same areas. And here's the next hour. You see the problem here. Same areas are getting hit hard. So we could be dealing with a tremendous amount of rainfall in a short period of time. Now we have an estimation map out. Here's as it moves in New Jersey here. See, it's mostly over eastern PA and western New Jersey. I think it's your biggest threat areas here. But then later on, as you get until the front finally moves out of here, you still got some more rain to contend with very early Wednesday morning as well. When you get into our weather alert maps, and this is we just have this out for, normally we have this reserved for severe weather. We this time used it for the expected heavy rainfall. Areas out here again where it initiates, we don't think it's going to be too bad. Maybe up to an inch of rain in some isolated cases, but we're generally under an inch of rain here. We're talking about in these areas here. But as it moves east and it kind of runs into that brick wall. And those vectors parallel the front slows down, and you get the heavy rainfall enhanced over here, especially across eastern PA mostly, but in western New Jersey. We're going to have an isolated severe wind report. That's going to be for water-loaded downdrafts. Again, they're very, very isolated. I really don't think this is going to be a situation where we're going to be dealing with severe weather. Would not be surprised to see some isolated reports, and they would just be from the upper winds, the winds aloft being brought down to the surface with heavy rain. That would be your case of getting severe weather, and it would be severe wind if it does do that. We're not looking at hail, not looking at tornadoes, and wind would be extremely isolated. So basically, heavy rain and thunderstorms, locally 1 to 2 inches possible. This is what we have for this area here. That goes all the way down into our southern regions as well. So, basically, just the eastern half of our coverage area, flash flooding is the main concern, and I think I hammer that point home. So we're going to move on as we get into Wednesday morning here. This is the cold front is still hanging back here like this, so you have maybe eastern sections have a morning shower here, but it's going to be morning clouds giving way to sun, we think, on Wednesday as this front finally clears the area and should be out of here. So clouds giving way to sun on Wednesday, and then the cooler and drier air comes in behind it. Now we're not talking about, I know it's all this talk about nonsense about the polar vortex this week. They can keep that out in the Midwest here. We're talking about temperatures are going to be cooler than normal for this time of year, maybe by 4 to 5 degrees, but that's about it. And really, this front is going to move through and just bring in low humidity. Really nice couple days here, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we run into trouble with this boundary here on Saturday and Sunday, and it could be our first weekend since before Memorial Day, actually, that we could have a cloudy, dreary, rainy weekend. I really am concerned about this. And this is actually, we're favoring a European model solution that does this, has this frontal boundary around with clouds and a southeast wind and some showers here going from later on Saturday and hanging around into the day on Sunday as well. So we'll keep an eye on this. I hope this is not right. It doesn't hang around both days here. Maybe we can salvage one day out of the weekend, and hopefully that'll be the case, and we'll narrow that down in the next couple days and when the models come in a better agreement for the weekend. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for July 15th, 2014. Have a great Tuesday.